Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Lil Dudes Insect Academy podcast. I'm here in Washington, D.C. at the ESA conference this year, and I'm here with my friend Gideon. So I'm so excited for this episode. I've been getting to know Gideon a little bit throughout the past few days, but welcome to the show, Gideon. Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Gideon Morris. I am a fifth-year undergraduate at Oklahoma State University. I'm getting ready to graduate in the spring with my degree in entomology with a focus on the morphology and ecology of insects. So.
Very cool. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we'll jump into that a little bit in a minute. But you're fifth-year senior. So what have you been working on throughout your undergrad so far?
So a lot of it has just been getting to know the people in my department and learning about insects. My passion is education and learning.
Nice.
I actually started out as a history education major and
didn't
want to take biology or chemistry.
Oh, wow.
So I ended up taking Insects and Society, which teaches about how insects impact human society.
Wow, interesting.
So it's a lot of history.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is super awesome. And then I ended up changing my major and taking a lot more time in school.
Nice.
But while I've been there, I've gotten to learn a lot and experience a lot of things and start to work towards informal education in entomology.
Nice.
So.
Very cool. And that's one of my passions as well. So, let's go back to how did you originally get interested in entomology? I mean, other than that you weren't at first, but was there a moment that you were like, yeah, this is really cool? Or was there something you learned about?
So like I said, I didn't know what entomology was before I went to college at all. I had no idea it was a field. And then I took that class, and Dr. Hoback told us about how insects were used in warfare, how they were used in traditional medicines, how they were used to help further science. And I thought, man, these bugs are so cool, and they impact history so much. I need to learn more about this.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, I'll take one or two more classes, maybe get a minor. And then I took Intro to Entomology, and I got to dissect a grasshopper. And that's the first time I dissected anything, because I was homeschooled until 8th grade.
Yeah.
And then the high school I went to, we didn't do dissections. So I got to dissect a lubber grasshopper, and I got to see what was on the inside, and I got to really start to learn that stuff. And I realized that's what I want to do. I don't want to sit and read a book. I want to learn these things while doing them. So.
Wow, so awesome. Yeah, and I love how everyone has a bit of a different path. Some are introduced later, some are into it since they were kids. So this is really awesome to always hear about everyone's different stories. So where do you see yourself going in the future? Or you're about to graduate. What are your plans moving forward a little bit?
So this next summer, I'm actually doing my senior capstone research project.
Nice.
And so I work with a company called Mad Science, Oklahoma. And so what they do is they do science presentations for kids throughout the state at birthday parties, libraries, and schools.
That's great.
So I did that all this past summer, teaching kids about science, and I was like, I love this. This is what I want to do. So my project is going to be developing my own show with their model. And then I'm going to do a pre and post survey to gauge the effectiveness of informal education.
Nice.
To gauge how those kids are learning, to see how effective it really is. Because I believe it is more effective than a traditional learning style.
Right.
Because they get to be active, they get to be involved, it's exciting.
Hands-on. Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm hoping to go. Informal education is a very broad field, but not a big field, so there's not a lot of positions out there yet.
Right.
So it's kind of difficult to find that type of stuff. And I've, at the meeting, actually been learning about science communication, which I'd never heard the term science communication until I came. But so the bug chicks, they do SciComm for kids.
Yeah.
And so I've been talking with them, learning about it. And hopefully one day I'll do something like them, like Mad Science, where I get to just hang out with kids and talk about bugs.
That is awesome. Yeah. So what is your favorite aspect of teaching? What really gets you excited about that?
Honestly, it's telling someone about something and seeing them get excited. It's finding the things that other people are interested in and helping them learn about it. Because I can be excited as I want about anything, but that doesn't mean it's going to interest somebody else. So I need to find ways to connect what I'm interested in to what they're interested in. And I actually play a game. It's I don't know if you know what 5 Degrees of Kevin Bacon is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's like that, but with bugs. So I have somebody tell me their favorite animal or their favorite plant, and I tell them within 5 degrees how insects impact that.
Nice.
Because entomology is important for everything that we do, whether
That's
we
a great
realize it
idea.
or not. And so I try to show people these are the direct connections that lead to what you're interested in. So
that is such a great idea. That is super fun. Yeah. Wow, that is so cool. So who is kind of your inspiration for this? Like, who do you look up to both in the world of science and otherwise?
So definitely Dr. Hoback, Dr. Wyatt Hoback at Oklahoma State University. He's the one who taught insects and society for me. Got me interested in entomology. He's a very amazing educator, so a great teacher. But also, like, my family, definitely. I grew up doing theater, and so that makes me comfortable talking to people. It allows me to be good at that, and watching the drive that they have to do stuff just really helps me continue going. So
nice. That's really cool. Yeah, so apart from science and teaching and all that, what are some other hobbies or activities that you enjoy in your spare time, like to get away from it all?
Yeah, I definitely hang out with my fiance a lot.
Nice.
But so I had told Bradon right before the podcast, I'm one of 8 kids.
Yeah.
And so I game with my siblings a lot.
Nice.
So we all have our own gaming computers, so no matter where we are, we can still game. Because I live an hour from home. But I just hop on Discord and we play Valorant.
That's super fun.
And Roblox half the time.
Nice. So a nice family experience. That's awesome. Yeah. Anything else that we missed there?
I don't think so. I'm really passionate about helping people learn why entomology is important, helping people find how they can connect with it in their own way. Even if you don't like bugs, my professors always tell us, if you love bugs, entomology is for you. If you hate bugs, entomology is for you.
Yeah.
Because half the jobs in entomology are killing bugs, but I want to show people the other side.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So we're here at ESA, the conference, and what are you doing here? Like, did you have any talks, or are you just hanging out for the week?
At this point, I'm hanging out. So I actually was on the Oklahoma State University trivia team. So Team A, we have 2 teams. Yeah. And so our Team B, they won, but Team A, sadly, we got some hard questions and we lost. But, so I've been hanging out a lot. I've been super involved with like FIT and the education and outreach. Nice. And then I have been talking with a lot of people from ACES, which is the American Indian Science and Engineering Society. Okay. They're actually the ones who funded me to be here, and they try to help ESA with including Native people in what they do. So that's what I've been up to. Nice. That's so fun. That's so cool. Well, I'm so happy that you're here. I hope you come next year. That would be really fun. So what are some other of your dreams and goals for the future apart from schooling, and what are your goals for your career moving forward? Yeah, definitely to try and establish my own show that I can do. Yeah. But also I want to travel outside the country. So I got to do a study abroad to Panama. Nice. And I learned a lot. There's the screw fly facility down there where they sterilize screw flies. I got to meet with like indigenous tribes, learn about the insects. And so just like traveling and exploring new cultures and stuff, and just broadening my understanding of the world. Yeah. That's a big goal of mine. That is so awesome. How about any other trips you want to go on, or research you want to do? I always want to learn more about hymenopterans and social insects. They fascinate me because I'm into human society and education that way, and so social insects are a good way to look at that. But also, I really want to travel more to like Italy and Europe, more for selfish reasons than educational reasons. I love Roman history. Apparently all guys do. You know, how often do you think about Roman history? But so I want to travel over there, and I'm actually getting to this next summer and go. My fiance, she does music, and we're traveling to the UK for like London and Wales for a choir competition.
Nice.
So
That
getting to
sounds
start
fun.
that traveling. So
That's awesome. Well, great. You have awesome plans ahead of you. Where can my audience, before we wrap up, where can my listeners learn more about you and the work you're doing? Like, do you have social media maybe, or a website, or anything like that they can go to?
Currently, so I don't use a lot of social media. I stopped Instagram a while back. I've never really been on Twitter. I'm most active on Facebook. I'm like an old man. But you can find me on Facebook under Gideon Morris. I'm from Oklahoma City. But in the future, I plan to have social media for my stage name with Mad Science, which is Dr. Arthropod.
Nice.
So if you see Dr. Arthropod come up, hopefully that's me, not somebody else.
Yeah. Nobody steal it if you're listening.
Please don't. I need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the future, I'm hoping like TikToks and Instagram and stuff for that. Because I know it's a good way to reach people with educational material. So.
That sounds so awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Gideon. That was super fun. Thank you so much. It's always really great to talk with you guys, and it was really nice to get to know you.
Yeah, thank you. It was a lot of fun. I was really looking forward to it, so I'm glad I could join you. So.
Yeah, thanks again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Lil Dudes Insect Academy podcast. If you enjoyed it, definitely consider dropping a follow on whatever platform you're listening on. And also, Lil Dudes Insect Academy is a nonprofit organization. So if you're passionate about science communication, entomology, outreach, and education, and you enjoy what we're doing and how we're solving that gap, then consider heading over to our website and donating there, or becoming a monthly donor via our Patreon, which is also linked in the show notes of this episode. Yeah, so share this episode with one of your friends, and tune in next week. I will see you all next week, and with that, keep on bugging.